Beautiful Petco Park. The Padres come home. First of 9-game homestand, 3 with the Milwaukee Brewers against the San Diego Padres. And good evening, everyone, with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. Pleased that you're with us on this Monday night. The Padres limp home looking for some wins, their first series victory of the season, and they meet a team that can put the ball out of the ballpark. They hit home runs, these Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, they're number one in the National League in the home run column, and some way the Padre pitching staff has been pitching pretty well. If they can keep the ball in the ballpark, they should do a pretty good job. Padres starters, going back to Joe Whelan's last start, 34 innings pitched, 11 runs. That's a 2.91 ERA. Hopefully Joe Whelan can get past that first inning, Dick. And the Brewers, they've got a crafty left-hander on the mound, Randy Wolf.
But look at their team ERA is 5.25. That's the worst in the National League.
I will take the lack of Padres offense and the Brewers ERA and say that the Padres have advantage. And the offense this season between the Brewers and Padres, big difference in those categories.
So it really boils down, this 3-game series, to a team with terrific pitching against a team that hits the ball and goes for the long ball. Which one will prevail? And, of course, leading the attack for the Brewers, their most valuable player in the National League a year ago, Ryan Braun.
2009 to 2011, the month of April, the batting average, the on-base percentage, the home runs. Yeah, he's put up great numbers. But 2012, a different story. He's getting a chance to chase some pitches out of the zone, and the big key for me, there's no Prince Fielder on deck when he's at the plate, so he's trying to
Petco, what's brewing? A series win against Milwaukee and Ryan Braun. The Brewers bring muscle, leading the National League in home runs. Padres rookie Joe Whelan, seeking his first Major League win, aims to defuse the visitors' attack. The Padres and Brewers next on Fox Sports San Diego. And we welcome you aboard. Joe Whelan's first pitch of the night to Ricky Weeks is in there for a cold strike. Whelan, just 22 years of age, 6'3" and 200 pounds, from Reno, Nevada. Ricky Weeks, the second baseman, leading it off from Milwaukee. And it's 1-1. Weeks, for a middle infielder, has as much power as any player in the game. He has hit 3 home runs so far this year, but he has big league power. Slider misses. It's 2-1.
I know we've talked a lot about Joe Whelan and his struggles early on. I'm a firm believer if he trusts his fastball because he can locate it, prove to him.
High fly ball, shallow right center. DeNorfia calling, but Maben says this is my territory, and there's one away. Here is the Brewers lineup for Ron Renicky. Weeks followed by the ex-hockey player Niger Morgan, then Braun, the MVP. Ramirez from the Cubs hits cleanup, replacing Prince Fielder. Corey Hart leads the team in home runs. He has 6. Matt Gamble replacing Fielder at first base. Alex Gonzalez, the shortstop from Atlanta. George Kataris, former Padre, behind the plate. And Randy Wolf also has done some pitching with the Padres on the mound. Niger Morgan, interesting travels to get to the big leagues. Grew up in California as a hockey player, went to Canada, played junior hockey for 4 years, and then decided baseball was his calling. As you look at the numbers for Joe Whelan, most of the damage done on that sheet in the first inning or second inning of his 3 starts. All the runs against Whelan have been scored either in the first or second inning. After that, he's just mowed down the opposition. As you look at Ron Renicky, skipper of the Brewers. Slicing line drive will fall into left center, and Morgan has the game's first hit. Checking the defense for the Padres tonight in the outfield. It's Guzman in left, Maben in center, DeNorfia in right. Headley, Bartlett, Hudson, Alonso on the infield, with Nick Hundley handling the offerings of young Joe Whelan. Mixed applause and boos, and Ryan Braun is accustomed to that as he makes his tour around the National League with his off-season difficulties. .263 his average to start this season, as we're now in the final day of April. Last year in April, he had .378 with 7 homers. This year, .263 and 4 home runs.
We're going to have to keep an eye on Braun to see if he chases out of the zone, as we mentioned in the pregame show. No Prince Fielder hitting behind him, so maybe a little added pressure to try to get on base. That was a ball there. And going back to my point regarding Joe Whelan, is that I think he should trust his fastball early. The first out of the game to Weeks, pop up to center field. There was a 2-1 fastball. He challenged him. Now he finds himself ahead 0-2 here to Ryan Braun.
Whelan has a terrific 12-6 curveball and a fastball, what, at 92, 93?
Yep, 91, 92-ish. Sure. Occasionally he will top out at 93.
Sends that pitch wide, a slider.
You see Braun likes to get down on the knob of the bat, that pinky on that left hand covering that knob of the bat. He likes to get extended, but he can also turn on an inside fastball with the best of them.
Center fielder Maben gets another chance. Tough time reading that ball. It was knuckling its way out to center field as he reached out for a slider.
Well, Joe Whelan for the second out, getting Ryan Braun. First pitch fastball right at the knees. There you go, getting ahead. He chases out of the zone. Okay, the slider off the plate. Slider for a better strike. That is a quality strike, a quality slider just off the plate and off the end of the bat. When you get Ryan Braun out of that front foot off the end of the bat, you are going to get a weak fly ball.
Cleanup hitter, Aramis Ramirez, 33-year-old veteran from the Dominican Republic. Last year with the Cubs, Ramirez hit .306 with 26 homers and 93 runs batted in. He was the big money acquisition to Milwaukee with the loss of Prince Fielder going to Detroit. The ball and a strike to Ramirez. Lost a lot of weight in the offseason. He looks in much better shape.
Yes, he does. And nice numbers here at Petco. 26 games, a .301 average. See if Joe Whelan tries to keep the ball away to Ramirez as he did with Braun.
Good cut. 1-2 the count. Fastball. Morgan at first base with a couple of stolen bases. And Corey Hart would be next. Hart, the early leader in all the power numbers for Milwaukee. Ramirez off to a dismal start of this season. He went 4 for 39, but he's been hot since the last 11 games, hitting .350. Hit well to right field, but there's room out there for Denorfia to collect the third out. A 3-5 ball out. Whelan. Padres coming up in the first. Padres baseball brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Wells Fargo, together we'll go far. And by Infinity, luxury cars that deliver inspired performance. And back to Petco, and the Padres up in the first inning. We'll bring up Denorfia, Guzman, and Headley for Bud Black against the veteran left-hander, the wily Randy Wolf, former Padre property. Denorfia, the only Padre with more than one hit yesterday in San Francisco. The Padres scored just one earned run the last two games against Giant pitching. Denorfia starts the game with a solid shot off the glove of Weeks, and he can't scamper after it, and Denorfia's aboard. Well, he didn't waste any time. Racked up that first pitch from Wolf and drove it sharply at the second baseman for a base hit.
Going right after the elevated fastball, Randy Wolf trying to get ahead, and the key here, Denorfia not only going the opposite way, but getting that top hand on top of that baseball rather than lifting it to right field. That's a good way to start for Chris Denorfia.
And now is the Padres' leading hitter starting tonight, hitting .302. Jesus Guzman, .226 average. But as you know, he has worn out left-handed pitching in his 2 years with this club. Looking for that first home run of the season. Key play Friday night in the win at San Francisco in a tie game with his double and then the steal of third with one out. That really set up the two runs that won the game. 2-0 as Wolf works those first two pitches inside. 14-year veteran is Randy Wolf. Out of play.
Randy Wolf is the type of pitcher who's not going to blow the ball by hitters. He's going to set up other pitches to try to sneak the fastball by you. The fastball is about 89 to 91. Curveball, slider, and a changeup from Randy Wolf.
You can see he'll give up some hits. Opposing hitters batting .315 in his previous 4 starts. On the inside corner, 2-2. Slider.
And he'll add and subtract on that fastball as well. He'll throw the BP fastball about 85, 86, and then try to sneak that 91 mile an hour by you.
35-year-old southpaw ready to go, 2-2. Fouled away as Guzman trying to shoot that one to right field. Wolf from Southern California, the San Fernando Valley in high school, and attended Pepperdine University.
He can hit now too.
Oh, can he ever? We'll get to that when his turn comes up in the batting order. You know, the Brewers have an extra hitter when he starts. This is the second stop in a 9-game road trip for Milwaukee. They just came in from St. Louis, where they salvaged a win yesterday. St. Louis won the first 2. They'll go to San Francisco after they leave here. That ball chopped at the plate, foul. And back to the lumberyard goes Jesus Guzman.
Now that's the fastball I'm talking about on the inside part of the plate. Bury it in there. That's a fair ball, folks. I think the Padres caught a break. That ball did not hit Guzman.
No, it didn't.
That is a break.
I think the shattering of the bat, it was confusing for plate umpire Brian Knight, and the sound may have given him the impression that that was a foul ball. As you see the umpiring crew, Rayburn at first, Wegner at second, and the crew chief Bell at third. Ripped up the middle and line right to Ricky Weeks. Denorfia scrambles back to first base, 1 out. Here's the batting order. You've seen Denorfia and Guzman. Headley steps in now. Then Hundley batting cleanup, with Hudson moved up to the number 5 spot in the batting order tonight. His 10-game hitting streak broken yesterday, or Saturday actually. Cameron Maben, then Yonder Alonso in the 7th hole, and Jason Bartlett hits 8th in front of Joe Whelan, who is a good hitter himself. He's yet to see enough of him to make any judgment at a major league level, but out of high school he was a terror, hitting .556 with 12 home runs as a senior in high school as a shortstop pitcher. Headley works the count to 2-0. Club leader in home runs and RBIs and walks and runs scored and hits and most strikeouts.
Don't forget Randy Wolf also, as we talked about his hitting, just a great athlete all the way around. Good on his feet, good throw to the bases, decent move to first base. All around good athlete.
Ground ball to short, could be 2. There's 1. Weeks back to first, a double play. 6-4-3, and the Padres are gone in the first. On to the second. It'll be Hart leading it off for the Brewers. No score. Top of the second. Hart, Gamble, and Gonzalez for the Brewers against Joe Whelan. And there you see the numbers as we look at the Lexus keys to the game for Joe Whelan.
Yeah, get off to a good start. He has a good first inning, a single left stranded, and Aramis Ramirez. We talked about how his bat is really coming alive and contain Aramis, and he did just that to end the first inning.
Now can he contain this man, Corey Hart? Checks in at 286 with a club high 6 home runs and 13 runs batted in, also leading the Brew Crew. Has 7 doubles. He's off to a terrific slugging percentage.
Hey, we've got the shift on, Dick. The opposite shift. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 Padres on the left side of the infield. That's the opposite Ted Williams shift.
And he grounds it to the left of Headley, and Headley across to Alonso for the out. Well, there's the evidence that we referred to. The first 2 innings, all the damage has been done against Whelan. But after he gets through the second, through the batting order once, then watch out.
I still think it's just because of the fastball, trusting the fastball, getting rid of the butterflies, maybe getting used to that mound out there after the first inning, comfortable with the breaking ball. So many different reasons for so many different pitchers, but tell you what, it's a good sign that Joe Whelan got that first inning underneath his belt unscathed.
Like that. Gamble, we saw him in the Citrus League play and a couple of home runs against the Padres. 26-year-old from Nashville last year. He was blocked by Fielder in terms of being called up, but had big numbers, 310 average, 28 home runs. The AAA club, Nashville.
You know what's going to make Joe Whelan a good pitcher? The pitch we just saw, 2-0. You know what he threw 2-0?
Changeup.
He threw a changeup.
That's laced to right, and Denorpia almost in his tracks, able to squeeze it for the second out.
Hey, there are going to be times when they hit the ball hard off Joe Whelan, but it's going to be right at him. And you know what that is? That's a big league hang with him. That's an out for Joe Whelan. But my point is 2-0, fastball count, young 22-year-old, 4 starting in the big leagues, and he's throwing a changeup. And he got a strike out of that pitch. That's progress, and that's a great sign.
Now faces the gray-beard shortstop, 35-year-old Venezuelan Alex Gonzalez. And he comes in with a fastball at 91. At Atlanta last year, Gonzalez delivered 15 homers. That was 3rd best by a National League shortstop. Again at 91 miles an hour. It was the shortstop that led the National League in home runs. So that's easy. We're going to see him next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Troy Tulowitzki with the Rockies. And he falls behind for the first time, 3-1. George Kataris, the catcher, is on deck. That'll be out of play.
Notorious slow starters, the offseason acquisitions for the Brew Crew. Aramis Ramirez, Alex Gonzalez. Hitters with pop in their bat, and hopefully they can remain cold as we come to the close of April.
Reaches out and spoils that one. The count remains full.
You know, you look at Ramirez, and throughout the course of his career, cold weather cities, right? And that could be one of the reasons. Gonzalez coming up with the Florida Marlins, hot, humid. Some guys are just notorious to have a slow start. Even they can't put their finger on it.
Pops him up. That's way up in the San Diego night. Hundley's got it right at the edge of the screen. 1, 2, 3 for Whelan. He's gone through the first 2 innings unscathed.
here on Fox Sports San Diego. Welcome back. Mark Kotze not in the starting lineup against his former team, the Milwaukee Brewers, but he knows Randy Wolf pretty well. His .421 against him. Here's what he had to say.
I think the Padres have done pretty well against Randy in the past. Our lineup sets up pretty good against him. He's a command pitcher with a good breaking ball, and I think you just got to be patient, get pitches up in the zone against Randy. He's not an overpowering left-hander. He likes to locate his stuff, and like I said, be patient.
That is our Geico quote of the game. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, back to you.
All right, Layla, and true to form, as Kotze was describing the fact that the Padres have usually hit Wolf fairly effectively. Hundley hits one on the button, but right at Corey Hart in right field for the first down. Wolf's record against the Padres 6-5 lifetime. Here at Petco, he's 0-3 with a 5.91 ERA. Hudson elevated to the 5th spot in the batting order tonight by Bud Black. Swinging the bat much better.
Seems like Randy Wolf has gotten a handful of pitches up, and as you mentioned, Nick Hundley hits it squarely, but right at Corey Hart in right field. Denorfia the same.
This ball into left center and shallow, falling in a hurry, but Morgan able to outrun it for the second out. Brings up Cameron Maben, center fielder, hitting 177.
What was your favorite number growing up, Dick?
Well, in basketball, I wore 24. And the number that I really liked was never available, and that was Ted's number.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Well, what's in a number? Everybody has their favorite, right? Cameron Maben likes Willie Mays. Randy Wolf wears number 43. When Randy was a Padre, he wore 43. And guess who's pitching for the Padres tonight who wears number 43? Joe Whelan.
Very good. Numerologist.
Yeah.
You had a few numbers. 55 is the one I remember.
Yeah. I wasn't fortunate enough to have a one number on my back for my whole career.
Well, but the pitchers never do. I mean,
I get sent up and set down all the time on the shuttle. There's always guys better than you too who have the grasp on your favorite number all the time. So,
and if you had your choice,
I like 55. That was my favorite number. Yeah.
Double digits always just looks good.
It looks good on the back, doesn't it?
2 balls, 2 strikes to Maben. Quiet April for Cameron. Ooh, almost brought that in over the inside corner of the fastball.
That's a great looking number, isn't it? 24. I love the unis this year. I love the big block numbers.
And Maben with a 2-out walk. First from Wolf. He's second to Headley, Maben, in walks on the season.
See the look on Randy Wolf's face. He knows that Cameron Maben is struggling, and he's upset with himself. Now he's got to go from the stretch after walking Cameron, especially with 2 outs.
That's the 12th time that Maben has worked a pitcher for a walk. And he has 4 steals, and with 2 outs, Wolf will have a keen eye on him. Predictably. Pays a little visit. Yonder Alonso steps into the batter's box. He with 7 doubles, that's tied for the most by a major league rookie. Alonso. Double with 2 outs, and Maben at first would play rather nicely right here. Give Whelan his first lead. He's not been able to pitch with a lead in his previous 3 starts.
Another fastball up for a ball taken nicely. With a fastball up in the zone, Padres have taken good swings early on.
Two and 0. Slider away. Ron Renicky played his college ball at UCLA. He wore your number, or wears it now.
Nice.
On his birth certificate. 55. There goes Maben. The pitch is low. The throw by Kataris, not even close. Maben unable to advance as Weeks backs up the throw as it turned off Gonzalez. Number 5 for Cameron Maben. He's in scoring position for Alonso.
Looks like Cameron Wynn on the first move from Randy Wolf. So the guessing game is on. Well, a head first slide. We've seen Cameron make the feet first slide. Not really the best throw. Not really the. Well, that was a weird release from Kataris behind home plate. He really didn't get a good follow through on that ball.
3-0 now to Alonso, and he lines it into right field. Here comes Maben around third. He will score, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Yonder Alonso with the RBI single. And the walk and steal pay off for the Padres.
Well, we talked about cheese in the open, right? Yonder Alonso got a piece of cheese. That's the fastball from Randy Wolf. It was elevated and capitalized on it. Glenn Hoffman was waving that arm as soon as that ball was hit to the outfield for Cameron Maben, and the Padres are on the board. 3-0 swinging.
Fourth run batted in for Alonso brings up Jason Bartlett. Bartlett in the throes of a miserable slump.
Hey, maybe that's why, given the green light, 3-0, right? You've got a hitter on deck who's struggling a little bit. You get a fastball, hammer at it.
2 for the last 25 for Bartlett. His average dipping down to that 164 level. Again, Wolf behind on the hitter, 2-0.
Fourth time that Randy Wolf has gone 2-0 in this ball game.
3-0. That's a strike. 3-1.
Well, how sweet would it be to have Joe Whelan go out there with like a 3 or 4-0 lead, huh? And see the kid just deal, go about 7-8 innings. Sounds pretty nice, huh?
Padre pitchers haven't been able to work with the luxury of a sizable lead or even a 1-0 lead. But Whelan at least will go to the mound in the top of the third, pitching from in front. Good catch by a fan down the right field side. Three and 2 on Bartlett, so Alonso off with the pitch with Whelan on deck. Line to right field, and Hart has to go back in a hurry and is able to reach up and pull it down. Well hit by Bartlett, but that's it for the Padres thanks to Yonder Alonso. Sharp single to right field. The Padres own a 1-0 lead. Grab the early 1-0 lead. Time for the Saquon Casino Daycation stat of the game. The K for strikeout. Washington Nationals are the National League leaders in that department. The Dodgers and Brewers surprisingly third, and the Padres And the Mets tied for fourth. No strikeouts for either pitcher thus far through 2 innings as Whelan goes to work on George Kataris, the 29-year-old veteran catcher from Ontario, Canada. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kataris is the special receiver for Randy Wolf. Almost all of his starts involve catching the man he's working with tonight, Wolf. Padres drafted him back in 2002, Kataris, in the 20th round. If you look at Wolf on deck. And then traded him in 2006 to Boston in the deal that brought the boomer here, David Wells. Slap foul down the left field side and out of play.
It's always nice to be the caddy of a veteran pitcher, huh? So Kataris catching when Wolf is on the hill. And Jonathan Lucroy taking the night off, usually the catcher for the Brewers.
Took a little two-seamer that sailed outside 93. That's the top velocity so far from Whelan. LaCroix with a new 5-year extension on his contract. Got him on the off-speed curveball. There's the first strikeout for Joe Whelan.
All right, strike up the band. Let me hear it. There's the curveball. Got him swinging. And he's got all the instruments working right now. Big high leg kick straight towards home plate, up on top. Great 12-6 rotation.
Got to have some of those horns, though, you know?
Yeah.
Wolf, we told you about his hitting. There's his career average 185. But, folks, he has, for a pitcher, 121 base hits. Comes out hacking, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's third active. Livan Hernandez has 215 hits. Carlos Zambrano 160. And then Wolf is third. There's the top hitters among pitchers in terms of total base hits. Zambrano's got the most home runs, 23. Wolf has 5. And he swings as if he's going for the fences. That was a slider, and down goes Randy Wolf without a howl.
Hey, Joe Whelan is pitching to Randy Wolf as if he's a number 3 or 4 hitter. Couple of sliders down and in, respecting the bat of Randy Wolf. We just showed you all those hits. Nicely done, Joe Whelan.
To the top of the order, Ricky Weeks, fly to center to open the ball game. Pretty talented family, the Weeks group. Here's Ricky, the starting second baseman for the Brewers, and his brother Jameel starts at second for the Oakland A's. Played his college ball at the University of Miami. Padres have 4 players from the Canes. Grounded to second. Backhand Hudson throws him out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Joe Whelan. The Padres, middle of the third, lead it 1-0. Mark Grant in our Fox Sports San Diego broadcast booth. Mark Swinney is joining us down by the Padre dugout as Joe Wheeland leads it off in the third, a 1-0 lead, and you got to bet that the players in the home uniform are pulling for this young kid tonight, Mark.
They are, Dick, and a lot of energy coming off the mound.
Deep short, that's a very tough play. The long throw, not in time. That's his first major league hit. We told you his reputation is he can swing the bat. Good play made by Gonzalez, but Wheeland hustling up the line has the Padres' third hit.
Good looking swing in the 5.5 hole. Nice effort by Gonzalez, but Joe Wheeland, he's got a pretty decent speed, getting down that line nicely and beats it out for his first big league knock. Good for him.
Did Dave Roberts get the ball, Mark?
They did get the ball. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. They got the ball, and Mark Kotze just did the old switcheroo, which I love watching. It's part of the emotion, and obviously a first hit. Mark Kotze has another ball. He throws that into the stands and keeps the new one. This is some of the hijinks down here that I absolutely miss because I love being a part of that.
So we'll wait till Wheeland comes back to the dugout and catch that action as Chris Denorfia lead off hit. Oh,
he did the old switcheroo. Nice.
Wheeland obviously would want that as a souvenir, but he would much rather have the ball at the end of the game in his first big league win. Maybe he'll get a couple tonight.
That'd be nice.
Denorfia, infield hit his first time to second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff man for the Padres. Count goes full. 88 on that fastball. That ball hit well to deep center field. Racing way back is Morgan. It's over his head. Around second to third goes Wheeland, and into second Denorfia with a ringing double to straightaway center field. He's 2 for 2. Padres threatened to add to that 1-0 lead with no one out here in the third.
Another fastball for Randy Wolf, and Denorfia is all over it. First time up, going to the right side of the infield sharply. This time going right up the gut for the double. And Joe Wheeland kind of had to hold his ground a little bit because this ball hit in the air. He wasn't sure if Morgan was going to catch that baseball. He'd have to go back and tag up. Ball in the air, halfway, maybe 3/4. Gotta go. And Padres got something going here with no outs.
Denorfia chasing Wheeland to third on his double. Here's Jesus Guzman, and he swings and misses. Strike 1. Slider. Guzman hit the ball well, but on a line right to the second baseman, Weeks, in the first inning. Chance to add to his total of 8 RBIs. Infield playing in. Slow curveball in for a strike. It's 0-2. That was at 68 miles an hour.
Yes, it was. And if he's going to throw that pitch to a hitter like Guzman from the right side, you better be heads up on the left side of the infield. Ramirez, Gonzalez, you throw the head on that pitch there, it's going to be a smash to the left side.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him to chase a high fastball.
Well, start your Cinco de Mayo weekend with your Padres on Friday, May 4th. Yeah, do it a day early. Have some fun. Get to the park early. Enjoy $5 beers, $5 margaritas, cocktails, and $5 carnitas tacos. Live music at a Cinco de Mayo party presented by Verizon Wireless.
I hear that music.
Yeah, absolutely. The party starts at 5. First pitch is 7:05 versus the Marlins. Get your tickets early at Padres.com or get on the horn. 795-5555.
Headley sends an easy ground ball to third. They hold the runner, and from second and third and no one out. Now second and third, the infield can play back. 2 gone and nothing so far here in the third. It's up to Nick Hundley. Hit it hard the first time, but right to Corey Hart. for an out in right field. Well, this situation is exactly what Bud Black and the coaching staff of the Padres have talked about all season long. You get the opportunity. One hit makes such a big difference. Even an out by Guzman or Headley could have gotten a run in. There's that slow curveball. 69.
Big old looping. Call it an ephus, if you will. Right over the outside corner.
It's a 35-year-old wily veteran's curveball. Tried it again. 1-1.
Then he'll throw the hard curveball. He's got a couple of curveballs. You see the difference in miles per hour. Big difference.
Fly ball to right. Hart waits for it to come down. Opportunity lost for the Padres. A single, a double, no one out at second and third. They come up empty. The top of the fourth at Petco. Padres leading 1-0, and it's time now for our AT&T trivia question tonight. Involves the Milwaukee Brewers. The question is, what Brewer was first to win the league's most valuable player award? And I think Ryan Braun last year wasn't the first. Milwaukee Brewer, not Milwaukee Brave now, Brewer. And we'll give you the answer in the next half inning. Braun barely edged out Matt Kemp. The Eastern Midwestern block took out Kemp. But boy, if you're going to vote right now on who the National League most valuable player is, it would be a landslide for the center fielder of the Dodgers.
You know, that's what's great about baseball. You get so many arguments with people in a room talking baseball. A lot of people think, well, Ryan Braun, Milwaukee Brewers made it to the playoffs. He was a big part of it. But then you look at Matt Kemp's numbers and think, how can he not win with the MVP?
And then he put 6 more home runs and 15 more RBIs.
See, to me, my argument is this. It's the name of the award is the most valuable player of the National League, right? Not the most valuable player of the National League who helped his team get to the playoffs.
But that does influence the voters. There's no
exactly.
question. Nigel Morgan has the only hit off Whelan. Count is 2-0. He barrels the fastball in for a strike.
Mark Sweeney, what do you think about that argument?
Well, I take the other side. I really believe that your most valuable player makes you a better team and puts you in the playoffs in that position.
Foul tip.
How about like an Andre Dawson playing for a last place club like the Chicago Cubs? He walks away with the MVP.
Yeah, and I think that's great. Obviously, it all tends on being what kind of year you have. I thought Matt Kemp was the MVP last year.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Got him. Went to the curveball, and that's strikeout number 3 for Whelan. Morgan down, and here is Ryan Braun coming on.
He's got the yacker working. Mark, how's it look from your angle down there? Straight down, 12-6er.
You know, Mark, he's doing an outstanding job tonight, and when he's missing, he's usually missing down. But his fastball looks like it has a little more pop on it tonight, and that's what makes those breaking balls and changeups that much better.
One wonders how much Ryan Braun, well, he drives this one deep to right field, and this one's troubled. Maben all the way to the fence, and Braun has tied it up. We were about to say one wonders how much with his slow start the boos that greet him on every at bat bother him. Well, there's your answer. It's tied at 1. Home run number 5 for Braun.
First pitch hunting, and it looks like Braun gets a fastball. And the impressive thing about Ryan Braun, like a Matt Kemp or any hitter who puts up great numbers, is driving that ball the opposite way and staying on that pitch. Well, that had shades of Matt Kemp, didn't it, Mark Sweeney?
It did, and that's what that pop that you're talking about. You know what the scary thing is when you talk about these hitters that are the elite guys in the game, you can't really say they're not hot, because they can get hot at any moment.
Ramirez, 1 strike on the cleanup hitter. Back to the home run. The ball almost cleared the sandbox out there in right center. It's 400 to the fence there, and that sand area must be another 30 feet. So that home run flirting with about 425.
And Dick, you could see the reaction on Cameron Maben. You know, when you take some courtesy strides towards center field, you understand that's a long way out there. We've seen a lot of balls die out there. That one just took off.
You know, that's a good point, Mark.
2-1, and that on the inside corner. Change up at 84.
It's almost like there's a force field out there when you hit a ball that high. But then to see a ball like that off the bat of Braun, that is some serious strength. That's some serious bat speed.
Ripped up the middle, backhanded by Hudson. He can't throw him out. The throw was low. Alonso couldn't dig it out, but a great stop by Hudson at second. Almost a spectacular out. Going to charge Hudson with an error. Alonso had a chance to save him.
Well, let's see. A hot smash, 1-2 hopper. Plenty of time to get to his feet. Kind of rushed it a little bit. Yeah, he's got to make a better throw. I mean, sure, it's a tough play getting to that position. And if you ask Orlando Hudson again, hey, look at his reaction. Gosh darn it, I should have made a better throw on that. Patting himself on the chest there saying, my bad. Yeah, he feels terrible about that.
Remember, the Padres going to get through a game without committing an error. Their total exceeds all other major league teams in miscues.
You know, when you look at that play, he had plenty of time, and I think that's what he was upset about. He had about a good 3-stride lead.
Yeah, Ramirez isn't going to go motoring up the line that fast.
Exactly.
Corey Hart grounded to third his first time with a man at first base. The Padres can't employ the shift. They're pretty normal in their alignment, double play alignment. But you can just see, fans, now that we've gone through the lineup once and halfway to the second turn, how these Brewers, why they lead the National League in home runs. They come up there with big time swings. These aren't line drive swings. Right down to the pitcher, Randy Wolf. Fouled at the plate. Nigel Morgan and Randy Wolf going over the action. A ball, 2 strikes. Corey Hart. Got him. Curveball. 4 strikeouts now for Whelan. Well, Friday on Fox Sports San Diego, you can catch a new episode of the Padres POV. That's point of view. Throughout the season, you get an inside look at the team from the player's point of view. Friday at 5:30 before the Marlins game on Fox Sports San Diego, presented by Sequan Casino. 2 out. Ramirez at first base. The home run by Braun has tied it at 1 here in the 4th. Matt Gamble lined out to right field, his first at bat. Went 0 for 8 in St. Louis, Gamble, after a home plate collision. A little bit sore shoulder after he ran into the catcher in St. Louis. Two and 0 to Gamble. Ramirez has just a step and a half lead. Very cautious lead.
Yeah, I think first base coach Garth Orridge has a cane out there holding Ramirez.
Up the middle and by the dive of Bartlett. Base hit Gamble. Holding at second is Ramirez. So a 2 outs 2 on for the Brewers as Gamble, a sharp shot right back through the box.
Just playing a little game of pepper. Good looking swing by Gamble. And you know what? Big shoes to fill as well, right? Talking about Prince Fielder going to the American League, and he was the big, big star in Milwaukee. So somebody's got to pick up the slack.
So far, so good for Gamble, hitting around 250 with a home run. Not quite the explosive power of Prince Fielder, but who does? Gonzalez fouled to the catcher Hundley his first time up. Looks at a curveball.
I love that 12-6 curveball from Joe Whelan, because I think that pitch is going to set up his fastball. Remember, he tops out at 91-ish, maybe 92. So you get that curveball early in the count, and then you buzz that fastball in a good location. It's going to be a good pitch. This might be it here. Fastball in.
2-0 with Kataris on deck.
That fastball actually looked like it cut a little bit out of the hand of Joe Whelan, meaning just a little tail down and away.
Three and 0 the count.
Cuteness. Oh.
Mom and child.
Not so cute.
Properly adorned. Had to put a bar through that circle. That's right. At the knees, 3-1.
Knee-high fastball. That's a great pitch. Hey, where are you going?
Two on, 2 out, 3-1 the count. Line to left into the corner, and it's a fair ball up against the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run. It might be a play at the plate. Here's the throw, and it's offline. Back to third. That's offline. And the Brewers lead 3-1. Somebody put that ball on the grass and throw your body on it before more damage is done. Guzman with a relay throw to Bartlett, and Bartlett's throw well offline, and then Hundley unable to get an accurate throw back to third.
No, falling behind and then mislocating the fastball. He wanted it down and away. It leaks middle in, and then everybody is off and running with 2 outs.
2 unearned runs. The error by Hudson keeping this inning alive.
I mean, thank goodness that throw there from Nick Hundley doesn't get away, and the Brewers get another run.
So there's no error charged on the relay. They judge that Gonzalez gets to third on the throw to the plate. So 2 RBIs for Gonzalez, 13 and 14 on the season. He now is the club leader. But a 4-out inning, and the Brewers take advantage. See if they can stop the bleeding now. Darren Ballsley out to try to settle down Wieland, and they're going to walk Gutierrez and take their chances on Wolf. But you better be careful with Wolf, as we've indicated. He's a hefty hitter.
And we just experienced and saw firsthand how important it is to locate the fastball, especially when you don't throw 96, 97 miles an hour. 88 to 91 for Wieland. The ball leaked on the inside part of the plate to Gonzalez. And Joe Wieland has found out very quickly, these are big league hitters. 1 through 8. In the minor leagues, you might get a hitter or two that are going to really hurt you. Hey, while we got a minute, meet the Fox Sports San Diego girls, Brittany and Krista. Update your status and follow them online as they keep you posted on what's happening in San Diego sports, man. It's easy. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Your all-access pass is just a click away.
Wolf steps in with a chance to help his own cause. 1st and 3rd, 2 out. He struck out swinging the first time. Takes a strike. Does it surprise you, Wieland, at 22 with that body type, that he doesn't have more on the fastball? Do you think that velocity is going to increase as he matures?
You never know. That's a good question. He does have a good body as far as the ham hocks, the lower body for strength, innings eater. Maybe a 200 innings type guy over the course of his career when he's a regular guy in the rotation. Way out in front, Randy Wolf. But you know what, Dick? Arm speed is something that you're blessed with, I think. And there are ways to try to create arm speed, playing long toss.
There's that curveball, and blocked nicely by Hundley. That saves a run.
And you never know. A kid who's 22 years old, he may hit another growth spurt. Who knows? To where he adds a few miles an hour. But I've always thought that arm speed is something that you were given at birth. I mean, that's something that you just, ever since in Little League.
This is the 31st pitch of the inning, and he gets him swinging for the second time. Wolf strikes out. 5 for Wieland, but 3 runs for Milwaukee, 2 of them unearned. And the Brewers lead it 3-1. Braun gets them started with a home run. Brought him home with a sharp single to right field, 1-0 Padres. But Ryan Braun with the equalizer, a long home run to right center field, and then Alex Gonzalez, after an error, able to drive in 2 more, 2 unearned runs, and Milwaukee enjoys a 2-run advantage, and the ball flying all over the place here. No further damage done as the Padres walked intentionally. The catcher Gutierrez and Wolf struck out to end the frame. It'll be Hudson, Maben, and Alonso for the Padres in the home half of the 4th. Hudson fly to center his first time. That's a swinging bunt. And that's a base hit.
Well, we mentioned it all along. Sometimes you hit one right on the screws and right at a fielder. And then other times you hit the curveball and you place it perfectly. Randy Wolf positioned his body correctly, went for the bare hand grab, the do or die, and that's a die right there and a hit for Orlando Hudson.
Going back to that last inning, Mark Grant, the Padres with the 1-0 lead, and last of the third inning, they had second and third, no one out, and couldn't score. And it just isn't it inevitable? Then the next inning, the other team gets an extra out on an error and score 3 times. Maben walked and scored, stole his 5th base of the year, and came home on Alonso's single in the second. He's just due to crack.
Oh my.
Slider for a strike.
So Randy Wolf may have gotten a call there on that high slider.
Quite a baseball family, the Wolves. Randy pitching now for 14 years in the majors, and his brother an umpire in the major leagues.
So like when they send a Christmas card like in the offseason, do they spell it LOWOLVES from the Wolves, or is it Wolves apostrophe S?
It's a good question now. I don't know if they send a
just
community.
trying to be-
Well, they may not send a community. You know, it gets so difficult in a decision-making process. But I like the way you're thinking.
I want to be grammatically correct.
Right.
And sitting with the professor here, you know,
that it was like something I encountered today. You know, a day without a smile is a day without sunshine, and a day without sunshine is like night.
I like it.
Bunted out in front of the plate, and Wolf throws out Maben. But here's a young guy that isn't bunting for a sacrifice, bunting for a base hit. You'd like to see him swing that shillelagh.
Absolutely.
Time for our AT&T trivia answer. Who was the first Brewer to win the most valuable player award in the National League? The answer is Raleigh Fingers, 1981. Robin Yount never won the MVP. He won it the next year, 82.
Yeah, that was
a tricky question.
Cardinals Milwaukee World Series, 1982. Cardinals prevailing.
So Maben is credited with a sacrifice, so no time at bat. But
I'm right with you, Dick. I want to see Cameron. You know, even though he's struggling, I want to see him swing the bat. Right? He is one pitch away from maybe snapping out of it, and one pitch away from tying this ball game.
Yeah, and Brewers have to be saying thank you.
Sure.
Alonso, the RBI single the last time, and waves at that slider, well off the mark.
Guys, we talk about offensive woes and just doing the little things in the game. It goes back to last inning. They struggled driving that run in. They're just trying to create things, and sometimes you think of it individually. You have to think of it collectively and do it as a team offense. That's what struggles. They had it the other night with Maben doing the right thing. Just seems like it was the wrong thing, the wrong time of the game right there.
2-2 now to Alonso. Meanwhile, at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado leading the Dodgers 5-2 in the 7th inning. Matt Kemp is homered again. 12 this season for Kemp. He's only hitting .422 with 12 homers and 25 RBIs. The Padre lineup tonight has 9 home runs. Kemp has 12. Doesn't chase this time, and the count goes full on Alonso.
Might see a breaking ball here. First base open.
Jason Bartlett on deck.
Remember last time up, 3-0 fastball elevated. He swung at it.
Outside, ball 4. So the tying run is on as Wolf has walked his second man. The other walk became the Padre run. Maben in the second.
And the thinking there, Randy Wolf, 3-2 breaking ball, first base open. He'll take his chances with Jason Bartlett.
And the infield will set up for the double play. Bartlett has hit into 4 this year. Hit the ball hard first time up. Drove Corey Hart, the right fielder, back toward the scoreboard to make a catch going away. That's right. Inside corner. Slider. Big hole for Bartlett is in left center. Two on, one out. That looked like the same pitch, didn't it? Slider just missed the inside corner. Joe Whelan with a major league base hit. Infield hit to deep short is on deck. That ball is hit well to left field. Really well. Back to the wall. It's off the wall. Running all the way is Hudson, and right behind him is Alonso. The throw to the plate is in time for the out. Oh, my. The Padres get one on the drive off the wall, but Alonso unable to beat a perfect relay. There's the difference. As Bud Black is out, he said he never tagged him. They ran into each other, but did he ever put the ball on Alonso? And that's a good claim by Black. We'll take a second look at it.
Dick, you're absolutely right. Let's go back to the swing, hanging breaking ball. Bartlett gives it a ride. Everybody is off and running. I don't know if he tagged him. Kind of tough to tell there.
I think Contreras, more than anything else, was just trying to protect himself.
Exactly. And hang on to the baseball. You're right. I think Buddy has a legitimate argument.
But you know who wins it? Brian Knight, the plate umpire. So 1 run scores, but on a perfect relay, Wolf has saved the tying run. And here's Whelan with Bartlett now at third on the throw to the plate. Come up with another base hit and tie the game.
Take a look. Watch. Okay, he catches the ball. He spins. I don't think
accidentally he did. He did. The glove did touch Alonso with the ball in the glove, but it certainly wasn't a tag. He just Alonso ran into it.
Exactly.
Now that's a good call. 7-6-2 on the put out of Alonso. Ground ball again sharply to deep short. Gonzalez has more time and throws him out. Well, the Padres again, they do a lot. They ruffle the feathers but get only 1 out of it. And after 4, it is 3-2 Milwaukee. So close to tying it up. Padres baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. By Chase. Deposit checks from your smartphone with Chase Quick Deposit. Take a step forward and chase what matters. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. So the totals here at Petco Park after 4. The Brewers 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors have left 3. Padres 2 runs, 6 hits, an error have stranded 4. Kataris catching his breath after the collision at home. Held on to the ball. Ricky Weeks leads off the 5th, the leadoff man for the Brewers. Fastball missing. Weeks, Morgan, and Braun here in the 5th. Two and 0. So the Padres have had second and third, no one out, couldn't score. They get a double off the wall and left, but a runner thrown out at the plate that would have tied it. And Whelan falls behind 3-0 as that curveball misses. 75 pitches for Whelan. Aims that one into the strike zone at 89. Full count to the free swinging Ricky Weeks.
You can't beat fun at the old ballpark, huh?
What is that, a decal maybe?
Yeah, I think
San
so.
Diego
Yep.
decal. And he lost him. Leadoff walk to Ricky Weeks. Second walk from Whelan.
Well, Dick, before the game, we had former catcher Bill Schroeder, who does color for the Milwaukee Brewers, help us out. So in between innings, I went and asked Bill, I said, hey, what's the ruling? You know, you caught many years. You can see the glove does, in fact, hit Alonso on the left cheek on the backside. And Bill said in a play like that, there's Rock, Bill Schroeder. He said that in a collision like that, the catcher does not have to tag the runner.
Well, it's up to the discretion, however, of the umpire.
Right. I mean, he can't turn his back and then run it. You know, the catcher can't turn his back and then get collided with and then fall, you know, and then whatever. And then he's out. But as long as the ball is caught like that and he's blocking home plate, the runner's out. Does that make sense?
I think it's a new rule to protect what happened to Buster Posey last year. That when a catcher clearly has the ball waiting for the runner and the runner has no intent on sliding in and just trying to drive the catcher physically to release the ball to be safe, that the umpire can call the runner out. I don't think that was the situation there. Yeah, although Alonso clearly didn't try to slide.
Guys, from down here, you could see what Bud Black saw, too. It looked like he was defending himself and took his glove out of the way for the collision just to protect himself.
Yeah, it did look that way, but the replay shows that accidentally the glove, while he was protecting himself, did hit the hip of Alonso before Alonso hit home plate. Well, there's a fan from Coronado that made a fine play.
Nice. Outstanding. Barehanded. Kind of tossed it up in the air a little bit and then on the rebound.
Morgan losing his bat as he tried to drag one.
Mark, we got to get him out there to do our instructional.
That fan right there?
Yeah, we got to get him out there.
He's got a wing. He's got a wing and a sling, and he still made the grab.
How's his doctor feel about that?
Oh, my goodness. They got to go up and give him a major league bat to go with the ball. They make that play while you're on the IR.
That is a big league play, my friend.
Well, here's Ryan Braun, fly to center and a long home run to right center, his 5th of the year with the bases empty. That got the Brewers on the board in the 4th inning. They followed with 2 more on an error by Hudson, a single from Gamble, and a 2-run double into the left field corner, Alex Gonzalez.
And by the way, if I'm wrong about that ruling, you can blame Bill Schroeder because he told me.
Absolutely.
So
I'm already blaming him.
All letters and emails to Bill Schroeder, Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club Incorporated.
Put a fountain between you two guys and you got a rock garden. Change up.
Well, this was a fastball outer third, belt buckle high, and he sent it a long way. Power to all fields for Ryan Braun.
That was beyond the sand pails. 1 ball, 1 strike. Weeks at first base with the second walk allowed by Whelan. Weeks has 2 steals this year. That'll be out of play. We're talking about Buster Posey and that tragic collision that cost Posey the entire season with a fractured leg. Leg caught. You can see, that right leg with spikes caught in the dirt, and that collision, just mammoth injury. And rightfully so. The rule should protect against that happening. There was no intent of the runner in that collision to try to avoid a tag or to slide in. It was a matter of Posey had the ball and he was going to do just what Alonso tried to do, and that's knock it free. And that's the way baseball's been played for centuries.
Absolutely.
It's not a dirty play. It's just what you're taught to do. Try to jar the ball free. They're trying to put some teeth in the rules to protect the catchers. Oh, you can't protect yourself from that. How far? Western Metal Supply Company. It looked to be second to third tier. And Braun has hit 2 tonight, and it's 5-2 Milwaukee. Back-to-back home runs in the 4th and 5th inning by Ryan Braun.
Wow. Curveball down and in into the upper basket.
Well, that was close to going right up onto the roof of the Western Metal Supply Company. So 2 home runs and 3 RBIs for Ryan Braun tonight. And the Brewers lead 5-2.
So he takes a fastball the opposite field beyond the sand pit, and then the third basket on a curveball down and in.
It'd be interesting. They have a measuring device, hard to measure, with the ones that bounce off the brick like that. That's got to be one of the longest hits, certainly. Tough to measure because you don't know how far it would have gone. The bricks got in the way.
Dick and Mark, I've been down here for most of the second and even third at bats, and it just looks like the Brewers hitters are seeing the breaking ball a lot better, excluding Wolf, the pitcher. But it looks like they're staying off that breaking ball. I don't know if they see anything in his glove or sometimes they tip pitches. It looks like they're taking those.
Ramirez fouls it away, and the count 1-2.
Mark, that's a good point. They may have it in their mind that once they see that big looping breaking ball, to just spin on it. I mean, that one right there was just caught too much of the plate and in the wheelhouse of Ryan Braun. He just recognized it and he crushed it.
Fastball misses just outside.
Mark,
2-2.
With all the film that happens in this, they can go back and maybe they see something with a glove and a hand. You never know what's going to happen. And when you have that, what they can do is they can adjust, and it's just talking amongst them, seeing what they see, and you just see, especially the breaking balls in the dirt, they're taking them and they're getting into hitters' counts, and you see what's happening after that.
That got him on the inside corner. Ramirez caught looking. 7 strikeouts now for Joe Whelan. 2 away. The walk hurt him, the leadoff walk to Weeks, and he scores on Braun's long home run to left. Both home runs would have been out of any major league park. And the ball doesn't carry on a marine layer night like this. Corey Hart is grounded to third and struck out. Big wave and a miss. 1-2 at the curveball.
So sliders and curveballs here to Corey Hart.
And Joe Whelan 3 pitches away from a century. That's his 98th. Curveball in the dirt. 2-2 to Corey Hart.
That bat looks so small in Corey Hart's hand. It's like he's using like one of those giveaways at the gift shop. I mean, the guy's so big. The bat looks small in his hand. Looks short.
It really does. That one looped down the right field side into the bullpen foul.
Corey Hart listed at 6'6", 237. And look at all, it looks out of proportion, doesn't it?
It really does. He's out of there and knew it. 8 strikeouts for Whelan, but the Brewers get 2 more in the 5th inning. The power of Ryan Braun driving that one deep against the brick in left. But Ryan Braun with 2 of the 5 hits, home runs, and 3 runs knocked in. Top of the order, Denorfia. 5th inning, and Randy Wolf with a 3-run cushion to lean on as the Padres hit here in the home half of the 5th inning. Denorfia 2 for 2. Infield hit to second base and a double over the center fielder Morgan's head. The double followed Joe Whelan's infield hit opening the 3rd inning. So 2nd and 3rd no one out, but Guzman struck out, Headley bounced out, and Hundley flied out. Padres got nothing. Waited on that off speed. Changeup. Fouled it back. Well, tomorrow night, game 2. We invite you to join us. Padres live at 6 o'clock. Ed Volquez and Sean Markham, the pitching matchup. Volquez going for his first Padre win, has pitched well enough to have a couple. Markham is 1-1 with a 4.13 ERA. And Wednesday afternoon, your chance to see Corey Lupke. He's won 3 in a row against Giovanni Gallardo. In fact, the Padres have won Lupke's last 4 starts. That's 4 of their 7 wins. Well, the measurement device, and this is puzzling, because the first one we figured was about 425. It was 427, the home run to right field beyond the sand. Did he go? No. Denorfian for the 3rd time. That's the 3rd walk from Randy Wolf. But the second home run was measured at 408 feet. But that's because it couldn't carry the full distance.
Yeah, they're probably basing that on where that ball hit.
Now, this is Justin Upton's ball that went in the same spot. I think that went through the portal into the bar, knocked over 3 martinis and a 6-pack of Miller. That thing is still bouncing around, the ball that Upton hit.
Yeah, Braun's was more of a line drive. Upton got under his, but any way you look at them, those balls are crushed.
And the Padres now need 3 to tie. They get the leadoff man on with a walk into Northia. Here's Guzman. He's lined out to second and struck out. And he falls behind quickly. 2 strikes to Wolf. And he strikes out again. Same pitch. Out of the strike zone. High fastball.
And did you see the velocity? 88 miles an hour. It's the curveball setting up the fastball up the ladder. And Mark Sweeney, that ball looks like it's 98 rather than 88, doesn't it, after that looping curveball?
Yeah, Mark, and especially the perception of it. It looks like it's coming right down the middle. It has that explosion because you're looking for something out over the plate and just that sinking action. But he explodes with that 4-seamer right there.
Well, that's got to be, as a hitter, that's got to be tough to lay off. You see it out of the hand and it looks so inviting.
Chase Headley grounded into a 6-4-3 double play and grounded to third his other time. Takes a strike. Headley hitting .233 from the right side and .265 left-handed so far this year. And he's 0 for the last 9. Slider. Wolf was a workman-like 13-10 last year for the Brewers. Starts this year slowly, 1-2 with a over 7 ERA. Pitching with a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one into right center field is going to fall for a base hit. Denorfia will hold at second as Hart with a good throwing arm, a strong arm, up with the ball quickly. So Headley, with that single, brings a tying run to the plate in the form of Nick Hundley.
Elevated fastball and fights it off. You see Chase Headley do that quite a bit. Station to station baseball with 1 out. Padres need the big hit.
Hundley is lined to right and flied to right.
That was an 0-2 pitch, so Randy Wolf trying to go up the ladder again. Didn't get up on that top rung where he wanted it.
One away, 2 on for Hundley. Pulled foul. Josh Spence is getting loose in the bullpen. Whelan's night may be through as Bud Black doing a little coaching, a youngster. A ball, a strike. Nick Hundley. that slow curveball and tantalizing at 68 miles an hour. Hundley out in front.
So what does he do here? Does he try to go up the ladder again with the four-seam fastball like he did to Guzman? Or does he try to bury the slider down and in?
High with that fastball, same pitch that struck out Guzman. A couple of punch outs for Randy Wolf, Guzman and Hundley here in the fifth. So it's up to Orlando Hudson. He's flied to center, and a swinging bunt single scored a run in the fourth.
As you mentioned, Dick, same way he went about Guzman. Soft and then hard late up the ladder.
Padres have had men in scoring position each of the last 4 innings, but have been able to get 2 home. Wolf now at 82 pitches in the game. Grounded sharply. What a play by Ramirez at third, and he throws him out. On the tag, he's out. Ramirez, a self-defense snare of that sharp one-hopper. How does he get a glove on this? Oh, my. Robbery at Petco. Dark horses, that's appropriate. Saturday's Kentucky Derby. Will a dark horse win the big race? Time now for the Farmers Insurance Report Card. Brewers leading 5-2 as we go to the 6th inning, and Ryan Braun an A+, a couple of home runs and 3 RBIs. Yonder Alonso with an RBI single for San Diego. Braun's 2 homers boosting Milwaukee's total on the season here in April to 31, most in the National League. Josh Spence making his 7th appearance. With only 4 2/3 innings, you give up any runs, and that ERA is going to reflect just that in a high manner.
Yeah, last time out for Josh was on Wednesday against the Nationals. He did not record an out. Give up a hit, couple runs. He walked to 1 net. Got to hold him here.
Faces the left-handed hitting Gamble, who has a single and a line out. Whelan went 5 innings, 5 runs, 3 were earned, 5 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts in 5 innings for Whelan. So that reflects the kind of stuff he has. But Ryan Braun took advantage of a couple of mistakes and sent them deep and long. Oh, 2 now to Gamble. Gonzalez and Contreras to follow. Right back to Spence. 1 away.
Hey, watch your Padres take on the Miami Marlins Saturday, May 5th at 5:35, and the first 25,000 fans are going to take home a great-looking Swingin' Friar T-shirt, and it's presented by Cox. Be sure to get your tickets early and save for this or any Padres game at Padres.com. Or get on the horn and call 619-795-5555.
I was just reading her lips. She was saying to you, "How you doing?"
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes you catch me off guard, Professor, and I love it.
Gonzalez, a 2-run double his last time for the 5-2 lead for the Brewers. And Contreras, another left-handed hitter on deck. That's why Spence is in there. A couple of lefties scheduled to hit for Milwaukee in the 6th. Gonzalez with a pair of runs batted in with 14. Braun with 3 tonight. He now has 14 RBI. So those two gentlemen share the lead with Corey Hart with 13. So there's a lot of punch in that lineup. 3-1. Veteran who played most of his career in Toronto, traded to Atlanta, and then made his way to Milwaukee this year. 3-2. 85 on that fastball.
He's heating up.
Protected swing, remains full.
Out in front of an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. See that bad swing?
So this is the first of 9 on this homestand. 3 Brewers, 3 on the weekend with Miami. Then the Rockies in for the first time for 3 next week. Waved at and miss. Slider in under the hand. Strikeout for Spence. 2 away. And here's Contreras.
86-mile-an-hour fastball, slider down and in, perfectly placed. That's what, when Josh Spence is on his game, he's a controlled guy as well.
NL West action. Arizona a winner at Miami tonight, 9-5. Colorado has a 6-2 lead over the Dodgers in the 8th. Giants not scheduled. (2-0) to Contreras, who has struck out and was intentionally walked. And Spence falls behind the catcher. 3-0. Randy Wolf on deck, struck out both times, facing Joe Whelan. Oh, green lighted 3-0.
84, couldn't catch up to it. Don't you love pitching in this great game of baseball? We've seen Jamie Moyer this year. We've seen Andrew Cashner throw 100, and Josh Spence flipping it up there at 83-86.
And he misses low. So a 2-out walk to Contreras keeps the lineup rolling over. And that brings up number 9 hitter Randy Wolf.
Well, how about over in the American League? Yu Darvish paying some dividends for those Rangers. He's 4-0 on the year.
And we saw him in spring training. You could see he's got marvelous stuff. He's got about 9 pitches.
Catcher's got to take off his glove to give the signs.
Right, yeah. Wolf never shortchanged. Gets his swings in. Doesn't have a hit this year, 0 for 8, but has knocked in a run.
Oh, where did that miss?
Wolf almost disinterested in that pitch, as if, let's get this over with. Back to Spence, another comebacker. And that's it for Milwaukee in the 6th inning. They leave a man, bottom of the 6th. It'll be Maben, Alonso, Bartlett with the Padres.
Towards San Diego. Right now the Brewers leading the Padres 5-2, but one of the best plays of the game actually happened right here in the stands, and I'm joined with the guy who did it, David West. With a sling, you were able to catch this foul ball. Take me through the play.
Foul ball, stood up, this thing was coming right at me, so I had no choice to put my arm up and try and catch it. So
But you put your good arm up.
Put my good arm up, yes. I only have one arm right now, so that's I had to do it. So
what happened to the other arm?
It was a flukish broken arm incident playing football. So, it was a stupid story, but, it happens. So deal with it. So
David West, you put some dirt on it. You got back out there. We appreciate it. Nice catch.
Thank you very much.
Your doctor never saw this interview. Guys, back to you.
All right, Layla. Well done.
You know what I like about that whole thing on the replay? How about his buddy slapping him on the arm saying, nice job on the bad arm. Some friend.
Maben 1-1 the count on him here, leading off in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball fair past third. That's down into the corner, and Maben with his speed will flash into second base with a stand-up double. Again, the Padres runner in scoring position, except for the first inning. They've had somebody at second or third every frame against Randy Wolf.
Took advantage of a breaking ball, and you saw that Ramirez playing off the bag. He squeaks it in there, and Cameron's off and running. Maybe that gets him started. Some way, somehow, the Padres need to get Cameron Maben across to get on the board.
So leadoff double for Maben. Alonso, an RBI single and a walk tonight. He went around. Jason Bartlett on deck. Padres trying to come from behind, trailing 5-2 here in the home half of the 6th. You think back to the end of the last inning with the Padres 2 men on, in that shot blistered by Hudson to third, and Ramirez almost instinct. I don't know if he ever saw the ball. He threw the glove down backhanded, and there it was.
I agree with you.
And then Maben leads off this inning with a double. How big would that have been? Broken bat looper into left field. Maben had to hold, so he moves to third. And Alonso's 2 for 2 tonight. A shattered bat single for Alonso.
Something down and away. And that bat will die happy. Once again, Cameron Maben had to hold up there because he wasn't sure if Gonzalez had a chance to catch that ball.
Oh, the tying run comes to the plate. No one out. Padres had second and third, no one out. In the third inning, could not get a run in. Now first and third, and Ron Renicky makes his way to the mound. Right-hander is throwing down in the bullpen for Milwaukee. Cameron Lowe is being beckoned in from the bullpen. So Randy Wolf gives up a couple of runs and 9 hits, but leaves with the lead, 5-2. So first and third, no one out. Tying run at the plate for the Padres. If you're hitting the road, take Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv to see every Padres out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Padres.com. Order and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. First pitch to Bartlett from Cameron Lowe is ball one. There's his numbers in 8 appearances, a .265 batting average against. Small world of baseball. He and Ryan Braun were high school teammates in the San Fernando Valley at Granada Hills High School. That's in there, 1-1. He attended the university just walking distance from Granada Hills High School, Cal State Northridge, the Matadors. A ball and a strike. Bartlett ringing double first last time up off the left field wall. It scored 1, and Alonso was thrown out at the plate trying to make it home from first base on that hit by Bartlett.
Well, Cameron Lowe is a sinker ball pitcher. Fastball, curve, change, slider. I'm thinking that's what Ron Renicky's banking on right here. But a good hard sinker.
Infield back gladly would give up a run for a chance at 2. And there it is. Weeks with a relay, and Bartlett is hit into a double play for the 5th time this year. Padres get a run. It's 5-3.
Well, there's the sinker. 6'7". Cameron Lowe working down in the zone. Nice flip throw by Ricky Weeks. So no RBI for Jason Bartlett.
Pitcher's spot is due. Venable had been in the on-deck circle, and it looks like Blake Tecody's going to get his first at bat since being called up from Tucson. Blake has surprising power for a man of his stature. Came up for a couple of weeks last year, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Had a double and a triple in a game at Washington that won it for the Padres.
I remember that, and they were both fastballs. He turned on them, had a good day.
Well, the Padres get a run home. It's 5-3, but the bases are now clean after the double play by Bartlett. And a strike for Tecoty. A ball and a strike. Wolf is charged with that run. So he goes 5 innings plus 3 runs all earned, 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And he's the pitcher of record. 5-3 Milwaukee. Fastball at 89 and Cody out in front of that.
Good downward plane from Cameron Lowe and good late sink from the tall right-hander as Ernesto Frieri is heating up in the Padre pen.
Got him. So Lowe comes in and bails Wolf out of a tough situation. First and third, no one out. Padres manage only 1. They now trail by 2.
Top of the 7th inning, Ryan Braun been the story of this one. We're going to talk about that now and in a post-game show. Walk this guy already, huh?
Walk him because he is hot. We talked about him not being before the game. Well, now he is. Let's do the right thing and walk him.
I don't know if you guys just saw that, but probably play of the day, some fantastic fan defense. One made on the Braun home run. We're going to have that for you in the postgame show. Also talk about Joe Wheeland, and you're going to hear from the manager, Buddy Black. All that and more coming up on the postgame show. Dick and Mark.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Looking forward to that. Lots ahead. It's a terrific, I suppose we're going to see visit again your little session with Schroeder of the Milwaukee Brewers on catcher signs and how you try to steal them and how you communicate with that semaphore. It's looking inside the catcher sign. So stay with us after the game.
And we thank Bill Schroeder for taking time out to help us out during the instructional. A job well done.
Frieri. First pitch is ripped foul by Ricky Weeks. Weeks is flying to center, grounded to second. Joe Wheeland, his reputation, even though just 22 years of age, he didn't walk very many. He only walked 2 tonight. 1 was intentional. But the one he did walk was Weeks, and it cost him. Weeks came home on the second home run, driven out of here by Ryan Braun. Maybe it's the specific day in April, April 30th, the multiple home runs. Braun getting 2 on this day in '61. Willie Mays hit 4 of them. Pretty tough to do. At County Stadium against Milwaukee. They were the Braves then. Back out of play. And get this, Mays had 4 home runs, and he was on deck when the final out was made in the 9th inning.
Really?
Yeah. Something like 15 players in all of Major League history have hit 4 in one game.
It's unbelievable.
Count remains 0-2. Frieri battling with Ricky Weeks. Cool, overcast night here in San Diego. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a fellow that I'd like to have known, Frank Botsford, B-O-T-S-F-O-R-D, Frank Botsford.
When did he play?
Well, this is a little local history.
Oh, gotcha.
He played the real estate game.
Oh.
Mr. Botsford. Off the fist, on the infield. Hudson makes the catch. Mr. Botsford just happened to own the little plot of land north of here called La Jolla. And he actually auctioned plots on his property on this date, and it was the founding of La Jolla back in 1887.
Now, don't tell me that some of these plots of land in La Jolla cost like $20.
I don't know what the cost was, but I just know I would like to have known Mr. Botsford, because give him a couple of tickets to a Padre game, and maybe you get a little plot there, maybe a little ocean view. What do you think?
I would have loved to find out how much they were going for back in the day.
$20 an acre probably would have been a high price, don't you think?
What year was it? Did you have a year?
1887.
Oh, my gosh.
Huh?
Probably. That's why you've got all the shoreline.
That's right.
La Jolla,
I got
you?
plenty of it, yeah. You know, but Mr. Botsford had a complaint. He was going to keep all the land in La Jolla. But when he found out he couldn't get the Padres on television there, he decided, heck, I might as well sell the stuff. I mean,
oh, Professor.
1 out, 2-1 now on Niger Morgan. A single and a couple of strikeouts for Morgan in the game. Boy, that looked pretty good. 3-1. And Ryan Braun, home runs each of the last 2 times. No doubters. Deep to right, deep to left. He'll be next. 3-2 now on Niger.
Challenge with a fastball. Come on. Down and away, even belt buckle high. The defense is playing over towards the left field line. Doesn't have a lot of pop the opposite way. No free passes here. Right?
Yeah, make him hit to get out. Hockey player. Let's see if he can shoot and score here. Hit .304 for the Brewers last year in his part-time duty. Stole some bases. Good extra outfielder for Renicky. Got him swinging. That's what you're talking about. The fastball. And here comes Ryan Braun. Brewers hit 3 home runs in a game 15 times in their franchise history. Prince Fielder did it last year against the Pirates. Here are Ryan's 2. Right field, 427 feet. Left field, 408 feet, only because that's where the ball landed. If there wasn't that building there, that would have been another 40 feet on that shot. And there's another one deep to left, and he has the trifecta. First row. 6-3 Milwaukee. And this is the 7th inning. He might get another swing before the night's over.
Why? Just too good of a pitch. As Mark Sweeney was saying earlier, why pitch to the guy?
Sharp ground ball. Ramirez right at the second baseman Hudson. Inning is over. But Ryan Braun making a statement tonight. Long home run to right.
towering shot to left, and then this laser liner into the first row and left. 4 runs driven in, 3 home runs for Braun. And it's time for our Carl's Jr. star of the game. And it appears to be unanimous. Mr. Ryan Braun, Milwaukee Brewers, 3 consecutive home runs. At last was just a low line drive that didn't stop until the fan caught it in the first row in the left field bleachers. First time ever a 3 home run game for a player at Petco Park, and it's the first time that Braun has accomplished the trifecta. The hat trick for Braun. Well, a room service fastball from Frieri, though. I thought he'd do a little more than that.
Yeah, just too fat of a pitch.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets a 4th chance in the 9th inning. Meanwhile, the Padres find themselves down by 3 runs. Denorfia has been on base all 3 times. A hit to deep second, a double to center, and a walk. But he's facing Lowe for the first time. Good name for the right-hander because that's where he likes to pitch it.
He gets good downward plane, all 6-7 of them. That ball's darting all over the place, that fastball.
Fooled badly on that, Denorfia, and the count is 1-2, a slider. Well, you never know what you're going to say when you come out to the ball yard. That's the beauty of the game, and this is a rare moment for fans here in San Diego. Never been done before in the history of Petco Park. 3 home runs by 1 player in a single game. Weak wave and a miss, and Denorfia is gone. Second strikeout for Lowe. Well, on this date, April 30th, 1961, say hey. Mays with 4 home runs. Milwaukee was the scene. County Stadium. Giants won it 14-4. At that time, Mays was the 9th player to hit 4 in a game. As we said earlier, he came within 1 out of getting a 5th chance in a 9-inning game. He was on deck when the last out was made.
Well, here's what I don't understand. You look at that score, 14-4. Why even pitch to him the second or third time? If you're getting your brains beat in, why even pitch to Willie Mays, right?
That would not be cricket if you didn't pitch to the batter. For that matter, why did you pitch to Braun the last time he was up?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You know, you're up by 2, or up by 2, down by 2. I stand corrected. It was 5-3. So he's hit a fastball the opposite way. He hit a curveball in the first basket, and he hit a hanging pitch first slider over the scoreboard left. Braun tonight.
Guzman stays alive. 2 strikes on him. Boy, whatever Cameron Lowe is throwing, it certainly has the Padre hitters off balance. They're taking some awkward swings. That fan has the 3rd home run, unless Layla gets out there and takes it away from him. To send Layla out the left field bleachers. Over but low, and it's 1-2 now to Guzman. Padres have out-hit the Brewers 9-6. But when you hit them out of the bowl yard, 3 of the 6 hits home runs, you lead in the game 6-3. Curveball remains 1-2. So here in the year 2012, that's the 2nd time we've had a 3 home run game. Curtis Granderson of the Yankees pulled that trick against Minnesota on April 19th. You think about it, here we played an entire month of baseball. The Padres' top home run hitter is Chase Headley with 4, and here's Braun. He gets 3 in one night. He comes in with 4, and at night's end he'll have at least 7. Struck out again. That's 3 straight times Guzman is fanned. 2 gone as Lowe has struck out 3 straight batters. Well, next Sunday, your Padres take on the Miami Marlins, a 105 game. Get to the park early and enjoy a special pregame ceremony. It's part of Military Spouse Appreciation Day, presented by Tri-West. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. That's Sunday against the Marlins. Military Sunday Appreciation Day. Headley rolls a bouncer to the second baseman Weeks, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Cameron Lowe. 6-3 Milwaukee. So RBI single gave the Padres a short live 1-0 lead, and then Braun went to work. Solo home run to deep right. A shot into the 3rd tier, Western Middle. A 2-run home run. And a line drive into the first row of Frieri. 3 home runs in 3 consecutive at-bats, and the Brewers have a 6-3 lead going to the 8th inning. Corey Hart deep foul down the left field line. I'm not saying.
You're just
saying. Bronze. Yeah, I am saying. You're correct. Thank you for correcting me. I'm not saying that Braun hit those 3 home runs on the nose, but we have some evidence that he did really power the baseball. We retrieved one of the balls off the Western Metal Supply Company building, and did he hit that?
It's interesting. If you've never seen the guts of a baseball, it's pretty interesting. A lot of yarn, a lot of rubber.
Cork in the middle. Can't do that with a bat, but you can do it with the baseball.
And it's interesting that each baseball has the specifications of, is it 5 ounces, 5.9 ounces or something?
Now, there's the cowhide. It's not a horsehide. It's the cowhide. And then hand-stitched lacing, 108 stitches to be exact. Then there's the cotton yarn, then 3-ply gray wool yarn, then 3-ply white yarn, 4-ply wool yarn, and then a red rubber ring and a black rubber ring.
Spin that yarn, Professor.
And that's what a baseball looks like from the inside out.
It's pretty cool if you think about it. And, when I was like in Little League or Pony League or even high school, if you got bored in the dugout, you'd get an old baseball and just start to unravel it. You start with the seams, and you'd get down to that rubber core.
Corey Hart works the count full, 3-2.
You can make cufflinks out of these now.
Right, that's right. I do have a pair, and so do you.
No, I mean like keep it the same size, like this.
Frankie Rodriguez warming up, and Hart goes down on strike. Second strikeout for Frieri. This is the second home run, a curveball from Whelan. No, this is the third home run.
Back in 2007, May 26th. Right here in San Diego.
So his very first home run here. So he has good memories of playing here, and they'll even be better leaving the ballpark tonight. Hasn't changed much, has he, in a few years? Somehow went from San Fernando Valley. Didn't go to Cal State Northridge. A great baseball program, I'm telling you. Went all the way to the University of Miami to play ball, college ball.
Oh, that used to be San Fernando Valley State, right?
And that's when I was coaching there. Yes.
And I was going to say there was once a coach, Dick Enberg, who coached the. Were they the Matadors back then?
Well, I was the assistant coach, but I was the head coach of the freshmen. We were the Picadors. The Picadors were the freshman team.
Really?
Yeah. No scholarships, but we held our own. I hate to say this as a Padre announcer, but I'm kind of hoping that Milwaukee gets a few base runners here just so Braun does get a chance to come up in the ninth inning. And let's see what he's got. Gamble. 1-2. Good stuff on that fastball. 93.
There's a 2-seam fastball. That's exactly where Ernesto Frieri needs to be. Even if he misses with location, you get that tilt on that 2-seamer. You might get a grounder.
2-2 as Joe Thatcher starts to loosen up in the Padre bullpen. Gonzalez is on deck.
See the 2-seam action on that pitch from Frieri. And like we talk about Clayton Richard or any pitcher, you need to stay on top of that pitch so you get that good rotation. You get that tilt on either the slider, the breaking ball, or the 2-seamer. There's a nice little breaking ball. Curveball.
Third strikeout from Frieri. That brings up Gonzalez. He's played a key role other than Braun's 4 RBIs and 3 home runs. Gonzalez knocked in the other 2.
Well, that's straight down. Off the table for Big Earn, as they call him in the clubhouse.
Just a rundown of the 3 home runs by Ryan Braun. First home run to right center was on the first pitch. That was a fastball.
That was a fastball.
Second home run was on the second pitch, which you saw as a curveball. And the third was on the first pitch,
which was a slider.
So
or a flat curveball, but it was definitely a breaking ball. It had a slider break to it. Wow. So the next pitcher, if he does face him, don't throw him a changeup. Tell you what, Brian Knight got one right in the grill there, foul tip. Look at this hump. Look, watch the mask.
Ooh. Native of Montana, he can see Helen right now.
Yeah.
It's a very young umpiring crew. He's 37, and DJ Rayburn in his rookie year umpiring in the big leagues at first base. He's 35. Two strikes on Alex Gonzalez. His RBI double into the left field corner in the fourth inning followed the home run by Braun. Sends this one high into shallow right center. Maben calls and makes the catch. 1-2-3 for Frieri in the eighth. Up come the Padres, middle of the lineup. They need 3.
Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball. Brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer.
And we go to the bottom of the eighth inning, and player changes for Milwaukee. Frankie Rodriguez, once a ace closer, now the setup man for the Brewers, working the eighth inning. Carlos Gomez goes into the game in center field. Morgan moving to right field. And Rodriguez on the mound. Well, he's been busy. 13 games already. 6.10 ERA. Gomez makes his first appearance. Outstanding center fielder. And Morgan moves over to left field. So there goes Ryan Braun's chance at another at bat. Braun out on the defensive change. Boy, what a job that Cameron Lowe did. Got 6 outs and faced only 5 men, a double play and 3 strikeouts. He was overpowering.
He had a great sinker working tonight.
Hundley 1-1.
Well, you talk about a pitcher who gets the most out of his delivery. A very violent delivery. Francisco Rodriguez, fastball curve, change. High 80s, low 90s.
Chop to the first baseman, and Gamble takes care of business. 1 away. Padres are celebrating their history with 3 great retro games this year. The first will be Friday, May 18th. They'll be wearing the brown and gold 1978 uniforms against the Angels at 7:05. You can catch all 3 of those retro nights. They've got a nice little Padres retro night mini plan. In it, you'll see the 3 games, get great savings, a Padres ball cap, and behind-the-scenes tour if you purchase that Padres mini plan. Get your tickets at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Correct myself. Ryan Braun is still in the game. It is Corey Hart that is out of the game. And it's Morgan who moves to left. The ball is hit well by Hudson, but not well enough in the alley. 2 away. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock for Padres Live. It'll be Sean Markham, 1-1 against 0-2 Eddie Volquez. Better ERA, pitched well enough. He's deserving of a victory. Volquez and Markham tomorrow. Wednesday, a 2:30 start for Padres Live, 3:30 game. Gallardo, another good hitting pitcher, high ERA against Corey Luecke, who has been sensational. He's been the player of the month by far for the Padres. Corey Luecke. 2 outs here in the 8th, and Maben, a walk, a sacrifice, and a double. He scored both or 2 of the 3 Padre runs. A 1-for-1 night, couple of runs scored. Two 2-0. Remember when Rodriguez came up as a rookie with the Angels?
Oh, yeah.
Flamethrower he was.
He's definitely lost velocity, no doubt about that. Has to rely on location.
Came up 2002, middle of the year, and helped the Halos go all the way to the World Series title with Bud Black as his pitching coach.
There's some good stories that year for the Angels. Of course, John Lackey, remember him starting Game 7 and getting the victory and securing the championship for the Halos.
Chopped foul. How about Game 6 and that home run to right field? It looked almost as if the Angels themselves on Angels wings got out against San Francisco.
Same delivery back in his Angel days. Very violent motion, getting the most out of that body. Showing that name and number on the follow through.
Full count to Maben. Outside, and Maben will stay 1-for-1 with a couple of walks, a double, and has scored 2 runs. A big night for him. So with 2 outs, Yonder Alonso 2-for-2 tonight. So between Maben and Alonso combined, they're 3-for-3. Neither has made an out. 2 walks and a sacrifice for Maben. 2 singles and a walk for Alonso. Rodriguez is still a young guy, only 30 years of age. Made himself a very nice career and his banker down in Venezuela very happy. He went from the Angels to the Mets. They paid a heavy price to get him. There goes Maben. And he slides without a throw. His second steal tonight. He now has 6 for the year. So a chance to pick up a run or more with 2 outs in the 8th.
Kataris doesn't even offer. There was a changeup in the dirt. Worrying about the hitter.
That's dribbling into the corner. Foul. Just hooked foul by a few feet down by the bullpen rubbers up on that mound where the visiting team gets their bullpen ready.
Out in front of a changeup, it looks like a high changeup, and yeah, a few feet.
Left the bat. It looked as if that's a
I thought it was going to be fair, yeah.
1-2 then to Alonso. Ooh, catcher and pitcher.
Thank you.
Gutierrez and Rodriguez thought they had strike 3.
Down the middle doesn't count.
Oh, that's a great pitch.
Yeah, it's definitely high enough too. Look at that. Right at the knees. So Alonso gets a break.
Three and 2 now to Alonso. Well, here's the bad news for the Padres. Milwaukee, going back to last year, whenever they're in the lead going to the 8th inning, they're 51 in a row. They're 9-0 this year. And that's because they've got Rodriguez and Axford and that kid we just saw, Cameron Lowe. That ball hit well to right field. That chases Morgan back, and he makes the catch. The Padres gone in the 8th. They leave a man. They have stranded 7 tonight. Boy, you couldn't have squeaked a home run any tighter into left field bleachers in that third one from Ryan Braun after the 2 monster home runs to right center and down the left field corner. Well, if the Brewers are going to give him a chance for 4 in a game to have the opportunity, a couple of men will have to get on here in the 9th inning, and Joe Thatcher has other designs.
I'll tell you what, they are doing Wisconsin proud right there. They got the Badgers t-shirt on the left right there, Dad. And then, then somebody walked in front. But they had the cheese head working. I'm sure he was from Racine because they got the cheese castle down there, Dad. She's rocking the Brewers. And she's got the Miller Lite. That's the whole package right there. Come on. That's true Milwaukee Brewer fan. And you got the Padre fan just trying to have a good old time at the ball yard with the Wisconsinites.
Wisconsinians.
The Badges. Jonathan LaCroix is going to bat for Gutierrez with left-hander Thatcher on the mound, and the regular catcher LaCroix will get his swings here in the 9th. He's a good hitting catcher. Tough to get out. Fouls off tons of balls. 1 ball and 1 strike to LaCroix. Then the pitcher's spot.
You know, it was the big vacation for the Grant family growing up.
What was that?
You know, living in northern Illinois, of course.
Go out to the country.
The going Dells? Up to Wisconsin, going up to Door County.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Staying in a cottage. That's awesome.
You say it just the way they.
I grew up
Wisconsin.
with it.
It's Wisconsin. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and down goes LaCroix as Thatcher adds to the strikeout total tonight. Padre pitchers now have struck out 13 Brewers. Only 6 hits for Milwaukee, but 3 of them bombs by Braun.
Even righties having a tough time with Joe Thatcher out there on the hill. You look at the stats. Righties now 1 for 11 off of Joe.
Here's Carlos Gomez batting for the first time. He's hitting .318. That's the top average for the Brewers. Just 22 at bats. Check that. 44 at bats. He's got a home run and 5 runs batted in. Slider misses away. And getting ready in the bullpen is their ace, John Axford, who took over from Trevor Hoffman. Ooh, that one hit him. Breaking ball in on the fist, and Gomez is on with 1 out, hit by a pitch.
And I think it was a little. Joe Thatcher asked if he had in fact swung. Ball hits him in the elbow, holds his bat back, and they clarified with the umpires he did not swing.
So here's the leadoff man, Ricky Weeks, with Morgan on deck and Braun in the hole. 1 out in the 9th. Weeks is 0 for 3 with a walk, scored a run. And Braun hopeful of getting a chance at some baseball history here tonight. Already personal history and Petco Park history. They got him picked off. Out is Gomez. Thatcher picked him cleanly.
Well, that's the gamble you take. With the lefty out on the mound there, Gomez was going on first motion. Lick kick. He is off and running. Alonso does a good job of creating a throwing lane, goes inside the second base bag so he doesn't throw it up the backside of the runner. And the swipe tag by Bartlett. He got
2 outs in the top of the 9th. The count is 0-1 on Ricky Weeks. In the bottom of the 9th with 3 needed to tie, the Padres have Bartlett, the 9th spot in the order, and Denorfia scheduled. Thatcher is still hitting in the 9th spot, so we'll get a pinch hitter for him. If Axford is the relief pitcher for Milwaukee, likely we're going to see Mark Kotsay. 2-1 to Weeks. Padres scored first. Took an early 1-0 lead for Joe Whelan in the 2nd. And Braun turned the game around with his first home run to tie it in the 4th. Gonzalez knocked in 2 unearned runs that same inning to make it 3-1. 5th inning, Braun a 2-run homer. 7th inning, Braun a solo homer. Padres picked up a run on an RBI double by Bartlett. And another on the leadoff double by Maben. And he scored on the double play in the 6th inning. 2-out walk to Weeks. That brings up Morgan. And Braun moves into the on-deck circle. There's your favorite Milwaukee Brewers logo.
Love that color. Love the hat with the yellow panel. That was the away hat that the Brew Crew wore back in the day. The home had the white panel on that hat.
Morgan's had a rough night After his single in the first, he's been punched out 3 straight times. Well, they say history does repeat itself, and on this date, Willie Mays hit 4 home runs and was on deck when the game ended. 9 innings. Look who's on deck. As he would like a chance at 4 himself. When you think about it, Headley leads the Padres with 4 this year. He had 4 all of last year. It just puts it in perspective how incredible it is to hit a couple home runs in a game, and 3 in a game, but 4.
Well, the home run story that always amazes me is the Reggie Jackson home runs in the World Series. 3 pitches, 3 home runs.
No doubters. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. No one throwing in the Padre pen, so it's Thatcher's inning. Two and 1. Brewers lead it 6-3. We're in the top of the 9th here at Petco. A big blast jamboree for Ryan Braun, and foul back. It's 2-2. Three and 2.
Well, Buddy Black will move back Alonso at first base to play behind the runner. And Weeks will be off at the pitch.
And we'll get the answer. Will Braun have an opportunity to swing the bat? Yes, he will.
My goodness.
Inside is the call.
Where did that miss?
A hit batsman and a couple of walks by Thatcher. 2 on, 2 out, and here's Ryan Braun. Here's his story tonight. After a fly out, a deep shot to deep right center, and then a shot up into the Western Middle Supply Company third tier, a 2-run homer, and then the laser liner into the lower deck and left. 3 consecutive home runs by Braun. Never been done. 3 home runs by one player in a single game at Petco Park. And here he is with a chance at big time home run history. Can he hit 4 in a game? Luxury of facing a left-handed hitter. Strike 1. Came into the game with 4 home runs. He's added 3. Strike 2. Here's the exclusive club men in the history of the game to hit 4 home runs in a game. That includes Lou Gehrig, Gil Hodges, Joe Adcock, Rocky Colavito, May Schmidt, Mike Cameron, Carlos Delgado the last. 2-strike pitch. Still alive. Just in case some of the fans, especially Brewers fans, trying to get a shot on their iPhones or whatever device that might chronicle their appearance here. Fly ball right field, hit well. right center, and it's a one-hopper to the fence. 2 more runs score. Braun with a triple. Have yourself a night. 3 homers, a triple, and 6 RBIs for Ryan Braun. But he didn't hit it out, and that broke up the rally.
Once again, going the opposite way. He has shown power that way. An elevated fastball with 2 strikes. 1-2 count. Oh, he's just all over the field.
Home run to right, home run to deep left, home run straight away left, and Braun, who can really gallop as well. And he's the complete player. Legs out a triple. 15 total bases for Braun. Ramirez sends that one foul. That matches Braun's career high in RBIs, the 6. Did that 3 years ago at Cincinnati. I would guess that's his best total bases in a game. 15.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Just seemed like he reached out and just half swing.
Well, he's definitely capitalized on mistakes. No question about that.
Making the announcement in the press level that the 6 RBIs ties his career high. Fly ball sent the other way by Ramirez, and Denorfia giving ground to make the catch. Inning is over, but Braun tattoos another Padre pitcher with a 2-run triple and an 8-3 lead for the Brewers. Petco tonight, the 6 RBIs matches his career high. The 15 total bases is not only a personal record, it's a Milwaukee Brewers team record. 15 total bases, 3 home runs and a triple. Oh my. Well, after the game, stay tuned for Padres Live. They'll digest and break down the Ryan Braun evening tonight. A complete wrap-up of the game, including live interviews and the Bud Black post-game press conference. We'll endeavor to get Ryan Braun to give us his comments on his big night as Tim Dillard comes in to work the 9th inning. Dillard is in his 11th game of the year. Will Venable pinch hits to lead off the 9th inning for the Padres. And that one slicing down the left field side and back into the crowd. So stay tuned for Padres Live. Much to cover. Bud Black's press conference. And again, we will try very hard to get Ryan Braun to be part of that show and get his reaction to his best night ever as a big leaguer. Swing and a miss, and Venable on 3 pitches is gone.
Well, Dillard's a side armor, if you haven't noticed. Fastball slider change. This just gives the hitters a different look there.
So Marcotte gets a chance to hit against the men with whom he played a year ago in Milwaukee. Looks at ball 1. Padres pinch hitters coming into the game hitting .424 collectively with 14 hits. Pinch hits, most in the majors. Katse
from the stretch position. High leg kick. Trying to hide that baseball, and then low 3/4. That's why he gets such good sink. And the breaking ball is going to be more of a sweeper.
That's a strike. Katse is 2 for 7 as a pinch hitter. Of course, the big blow is the 2-run double that won the game last week.
Here's the last pitch, a sinker down and away.
Pops him up. Left side, shortstop Gonzalez. 2 away. And down to the final out, Chris Denorfia, the leadoff man. 2 for 3, a walk and a strikeout tonight. The Padre hitters, Denorfia especially as a leadoff man, the variety of pitchers that he has faced tonight, starting with Randy Wolf, including Frankie Rodriguez, and now the side-wheeling, almost submariner Tim Dillard. Single and a double and a walk facing Randy Wolf. Struck out against Rodriguez. And works the count to 3-0.
Say the strike zone's been jumping around tonight. I know it's all been Ryan Braun.
There's a strike.
It's kind of like that tire at the carnival that's swinging from side to side. You're trying to throw the football through it, and then you time it. Seems like the
John Axford was up for a while, but when the Brewers got 2 more on the Braun triple, and they didn't want to use him in a non-save situation, so Dillard in there. And he walks Denorfia 4 times tonight. Denorfia has been aboard. And Jesus Guzman's the hitter. 2 gone in the home half of the 9th, and the Padres down by 5. They're down by 3, just facing Braun alone. Defensive indifference allows Denorfia to take second base. Edinson Volquez there standing in the back of the dugout. He'll get the start tomorrow night against Sean Markham.
Sean Markham is a sinker baller.
Pulled to the left side. Third baseman Ramirez across, pulls off the first baseman, but the tag is made by Gamble, and the ball game is over. The Brewers and Ryan Braun can celebrate a record night here at Petco Park, as Braun hits 3 home runs and a triple and drives in 6, and the Brewers have won the opener of this 3-game series by a score of 8-3. Mike Pomerantz, what's coming up next?
Well, It's hard to trump Ryan Braun tonight, but we're going to give it a shot for fans of the postgame show. It wasn't just what Ryan Braun did, it's what types of pitches was he seeing up there. You'll have that, and you hear from Bud Black in a moment.